All right, I think it's showtime. What is up, everybody? I'm really excited to be here. Your eyes do not deceive you. I've thought a lot of ways how I wanted to start this. Um, I guess I should start this by saying thank you if you are watching this or if you care to. We're going to play some Dark Souls. I've not done this in a long time. It has officially been 2 years and then about 4 weeks or 3.5 weeks. So um, almost 2 years in a month. I've got a lot to talk about, and I really hope that you join me and listen. We're going to game. We're going to talk about life. We're going to talk about games, the human experience, um, all that. Thank you for those who do care to come back, who have wandered, who have occasionally left questions as to when I might or if I would return or if I'm doing okay. The answer is it's complicated. We'll talk about it. The video today will not be uh, named anything cringe like the return or resurgence or anything like that. Today, it's all going to be about the crutch. I've got a specific topic in mind, so far as I can tell. Um, I think we're right where we need to be. Oh man, this is exciting. We'll let Patches kick
Okay,
us.
what are you doing? No? There's a fine snack. I found it first. But in any case.
Man, now that I've gotten started, I'm nervous. Um,
This
not
is
working.
what I do, my friend. The trinkets I'll be stripping off your corpse, that's the real treasure.
I'm doing good. I'm a little older, hopefully a little wiser. Um, I hope all of you are doing okay as well, and we'll talk about it. For an uncomfortably long stretch, so we'll talk. Oh boy, I don't do good damage to him. Talk a little bit about that. So I last recorded in June of 2024. I'm not sure exactly how that worked out as far as the upload timeline went. Um, I would have to double check, and I didn't before I started. I thought a lot about recording some recently, and I'll appreciate. And I'm sorry. I know that it's not your current username, but you still have the same profile picture. I recognize you as Artsy. Left a comment the other day, said, "Hey, bro, when you gonna record again?" Well, here I am. Today is the 19th of July. Um, I've not played Dark Souls in a long time, so I might suck a little bit more than what I did, but it's kind of irrelevant. When I talked last, and I really I can't stomach to go back and watch those old videos. As much as it may not seem like it, I'm not the type to enjoy hearing myself speak. Um, so doing that is always a little hard for me. Um, I know generally where I was at in June of that year, and it wasn't a very good place. Unfortunately, it kind of spiraled out a little of control a little bit from there. Um, for a myriad of reasons. Some I'll talk about, but are not relevant to this one. I did find myself a little lost, maybe. Uh, and in a great deal of pain. There were, um, continue to be, there are lots of ways that you can take care of that, and I'm not,
You banished those two hollows, did you? I'm certain that both Vince and Neat thank you so here.
I don't claim to be a guru or a
I'm
coach
certain
or
thank you.
anybody other than somebody who has learned most everything I have in my life the hard way. Uh, but that's what I want to talk about. I want to talk about my crutch. Uh, sorry, I'm having a little bit harder time talking about this than what I could. You know, growing up, I was not the type of kid who thought to myself, I'm going to grow up and be an astronaut or a physicist or a Hollywood actor, uh, president, anything. I thought to myself, I'll be lucky to be good at anything. Uh, and I never really did have that eureka moment, that time where I thought, oh, okay, this is what I'm going to do. And I've talked about this at length in others. And if the context mattered for the sake of the story, I'd give it. Um, but suffice to say, I spent a great deal of my time as a young man, teenager, early adult, not having any clue at all as to what I was going to do or what I was even capable of doing. Let's talk patches real quick.
You. I. Well, let's just calm down. Talk about things. I did you wrong, but I didn't mean it. These temptations, they can, well, overcome me. You know what I mean, don't you? Please, forgive me. You and me, we're jolly undead outcasts, aren't we? Oh, brilliant. A second chance. Wonderful. I had a feeling you'd understand. I did.
Of course, buddy.
I did you wrong. These.
Alrighty. We're at the bonfire and get some plants. As I did get older, and I started to experience life, things that we all do, I always felt massively overwhelmed. And so, eventually, the way that I learned to cope with these things was to uh, take myself out of my own way. I really felt like that was under control there for a second. Fortunately, I don't remember the way to Nito. The more I felt like it was out of my control, the more I wanted to escape. And so I delved very, very heavily into drinking. And in the time that I last spoke to you, the reason why I stopped uploading is the same reason I stopped reading books, the same reason I stopped playing games, the same reason that I stopped hanging out with my friends, the same reason why my work began to suffer, The same reason why I stopped hanging out with my family was because I had to make sure every day that I had room in my schedule to drink. And I would drink until I passed out. And I would wake up the next day sick, get ready, go to work, and then come home and do it again. And I stayed that way for a very long time. I'm sorry. Really, I had the best of intentions on this one. Why talk about this? Why bring this up? Well, two reasons really. One, because it is behind me now. Uh, Absolutely delighted to say that. I'm feeling good. I'm doing good. And I'm in a better place now than I have really ever been. And even though I did not want to be an astronaut or a physicist or an actor, the one thing that I knew was that regardless of what I did go on to do or not do, I wanted to make the world a better place. I wanted to help people. And I think that being able to talk about living that way and then going on to break that cycle, to be a lot healthier, to be in love, to have hope. That's important to me because I had given up on doing all of that. And so, to you, my friends, I tell you, you can do it. Given enough time, you will. Takes a lot of fighting. Takes a lot of determination. Takes a hand or two. But you can get it. And so, regardless of what your crutch is, whether if it's drinking or smoking, shooting, porn, some type of adrenaline rush, whatever it is, I just wanted to tell you it can be done. I'm proof of it. If I can do it, you can too. And I'd love to talk about it with you. That's I knew if I ever did decide to make videos again, I guess, part of what's kept me away for so long is the shame of it all. When you live that way, it's not that my friends or my family stopped caring about me, or that they stopped asking me to hang out, or I stopped wanting to do things. In my mind, it wasn't a high enough of a priority. Oh my God. Don't kill me. We're so bad. I still think we're winning this. Does this work? Kinda. Let's go. Alright, all I gotta do is not get hit and him not do the AoE. Okay. My plan is not working this far. I wonder if I have humanity. Oh, I do. This won't kill me, surely. Okay. But I guess, yes, we'll talk about Shane. I gave up on pretty much everything that I did enjoy. And it's not thrilling to live that way. I was extremely, and continue to be extremely embarrassed at that time. No, I used to be around a lot of guys that would talk about how much they could drink without getting drunk, or yeah, like, oh well, I can kill a 6-pack, not even feel anything. One of my best friends became a severe alcoholic. Buddy, if you're watching this, I love you. But you know, and for the longest time, I don't know how much I had to do with it or not, but I blame myself, because for years and years, he talked about how doing that stuff was beneath him, how he had grown up, you know, and a very dear family member of his had been hooked on that shit. And he told himself, you know, that'll never be me. Just like I told myself growing up with a dad who was a drunk, that would never be me. Could never be me. I had seen it. I was smarter than that. I understood, you know, what it was, what I was looking at, and I had a very simple solution. I'll never start. Whether if I have it in me or not, I'll just never start, and then that way, that's exactly what I was trying to avoid, was aggroing those guys. Let's see. I take a lot of thrust damage. I just got to be careful to not get hit. I rolled too early. Shit. And then eventually, I'll never start turned into, I'll just do a little bit. And of course, thinking that I could do anything like that. Oh my god! In moderation was naive, to say the least. I didn't realize that by spamming you could literally take no damage with that. I keep trying to kill this fucking skeleton. He keeps hitting him with the boom. Thank you for the layup, bro. Alright. I think we're officially in easy mode now. Eventually I had a really, really bad night. I had gotten some really expensive bourbon. Almost had it. And it was the type of deal where by the time I had realized that I was way too far gone, it was too late to do anything about it, and I was sick. Very, very badly so. The closest I have ever gotten to I guess honest to goodness blackout drunk, but I was throwing up and my head was already killing me, and I was pretty much non-verbal. And my mom and dad came home after going out to eat and found me in the bathroom incredibly ill. And Dad helped me get in bed. And as I was getting ready for work the next morning, he was too. And he came and talked to me. And he said he hadn't been able to sleep the night before because all night long he had gone over in his head over and over again that I was going to be so sick that I threw up in my sleep, and that I would choke on my own vomit and die. And I remember crying immediately. And thinking to myself, what a failure of a son I was, and how badly I had let my parents down, and my girlfriend down, my brother down, and my friends down, and had been that way for such a long time. You know, and I started going to therapy and stuff, but even I wouldn't even be totally honest about what I was dealing when I was talking to her. You know, I'd skirt around it, or just leave it out, or, you know, I'd always have some other reason as to why I was irritable or whatever. And that made me really ashamed. I so focused on talking I couldn't get off the elevator. Sorry about that. And so, like I say, I can unfortunately say that uh, that much like almost everything in my life I've had to learn the hard way. Let's see. Oopsie. I think only two I have left is a Bed of Chaos, and it looks like I've not done Four Kings either. I know I did C, just did Nito. Let's run up here and get some Poison Moss. Well, I had Transient Curses on, so I don't know shit. Maybe I did do Four Kings. I guess I can check my key items. Two years is a long time. Somebody's still ringing that bell. Anyway, suffice to say, all of that.
I thought maybe you back plenty of...
To say that it's been 100%. It's been purple moss in this. Say that every day is easy when it comes to not drinking anymore would be a lie. But I don't. And I do it for myself mainly. I do it for those I love so that I can be there for them, take care of them. And so why share all of that? Why share any of that? It's a TED Talk, whatever. The only thing I've ever really been good at in my entire life is words, and I feel like I've stumbled through this whole thing. But the reason why I have shared all that is in the genuine hope that there's somebody who is hearing this right now that needed to hear it. And when I tell you, friend, that you can make it happen, and that if you set your heart to it, you will make it happen, I am dead serious. I want it for everyone, just as I do for myself. Please love yourself. Please, I promise you, you have somebody right now that is worried to death about you. Lean on them because they'll help get you through it. I did. Next time, we'll talk about some more pleasant stuff and head down and beat the Bed of Chaos. Until that time, it's Logan, Red Devil. Happy to be back. and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye bye.